anyway, they, my uncle Rice, some leather salesman came in. He said, "Is there any good place? We want a good place, no, a very good place. Take good care." Jesus, this was all going on. I wasn't in this deal at all, so I was told about it. You were going back to Milltown, back Conakry. There's a shoemaker back there, Tommy Woods.
Milltown, is that outside Castle Island?
Between Castle Island and Carsavina on the road out there.
He was a great friend. Tommy Woods was a great friend of John Joshies and all that. And I they were all working. These were all working cahoots with him. But I was sent back there anyway. I was sent back there
as an apprentice shoemaker.
As an apprentice shoemaker. This man could make shoes. He made shoes for the best. Everything was made. That's all he did. That was all that was done there. Make shoes. Make shoes. Without a welt or with welts or whatever, but when you left Tommy Woods, you knew how to make a shoe.
Okay.
You know what I mean? From start. But anyway, it was the one thing in this world that I detested.
Making shoes? Or the leather?
No. Being an apprentice to this, behind in this place. I didn't want that. But I was after failing in the other place, you see. This was the kind of fella I am now, you see. I was after, and I'm not going to give it to Satan that I'm going to quit. I'm not going to quit. I had, I was never, one thing I will say, I'm not coming with the heavy hand or anything. I was never short the money. Do you understand me? I was no shortage of money. I had money. My people had lots of money.
Well, that's good to know. That's right. I'd like to hear that.
You know what? No, but I'm saying that.
No, but I'm renting this thing. This is costing $1,000 an hour, just to give you a heads up.
Yeah, well, anyway, there was no problem there, you see.
Right.
So that's, I had a first-class bicycle. I had everything that I wanted.
Right.
Do you understand?
Good.
They would give me anything, just keep him out of the village. Keep him away there. But I was interested in, the first time I was ever that I knew anything about National Ireland, as I'd call it, was when a commemoration for Paddy Dalton at Gortaglana. I was only about 7 years old when my father took me back there. Yeah. When my father took me back. And he explained everything about it. I was about 12 years of age when my father took me to Abbeyfield. Tom Barry was talking. I was listening to Tom Barry. Tom Barry, I met him after, a friend of mine. All these things that the way my life turned out, the way it turned out to the finish, it was all ground into this. It wasn't done. It wasn't designedly done, but it just happened to fall in.
Right. Fall in place. That way. The influences.
That way. Now, I am a man now that can say now, I was in the Irish Republican Army. A lot of fellas can't say that, but I can say it. I took the oath of allegiance in the Irish Republican Army. I met some very, very intellectual men in my life. And where I met those men was in jail. Some of the smartest men in Ireland I met. The president, Sean O'Tuma, was a great friend of mine. He was the president of University College Cork. Martin Coyne was a professor at the University College Galway. The big we had Bob Clements was a nephew of Lord Leitrim's. We had Neil Gould, educated at Oxford, married a Russian.
Speaking of 5 languages, Neil Gould.
Well,
Where we were, it was known as the University of the Curragh, where we were.
Well, that's where you were in jail, was in the Curragh?
Yeah, I was
You
in
got
Ireland.
to
college,
I was
in
in every
college.
jail in Ireland.
How many jails is there in Ireland?
I was in Limerick jail, I was in Cork jail, I was in Mountjoy, I was in Arbor Hill, I was in Tentown, I was in the Glasshouse. I am a man that was moved. They would never let me too long in the one place.
You
There
were
was-
too much of an organiser, I'd say, were you?
Well,
There was three of us. You have the book.
I have the book.
There was three of us that they would not leave, that wouldn't be left too long in any jail. We were very dangerous, very dangerous.
How many years did you spend in jail?
If you went sentence-wise 9 years, I spent 5.5 or 5.5 years. Was it 5.5? I was released in 1945. I spent 5 years, over 5 years.
Right, right.
I did 3 months solitary confinement.
Wow,
Did 3 months solitary confinement.
that must have been tough.
Yes, it was 3 months solitary confinement. I did 3 days bread and water. I'm only just, these are things that I can remember offhand.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah.
things. I remember one day being when I was in solitary confinement, I was taken down, they took me out, and they took me down to our own place where we were eating, to wash the room. We did that, we do for our, but we don't know. And when I went into the place, whether it was designed or not, I don't know. But Jesus, when I went inside the door, I saw a rifle at the right in the corner, and I saw a man alongside it. And I knew the man was from my own village with the rifle. I made a dive for the rifle, and he beat me for the rifle. I was going to shoot my way out of there. When I was taken in, and this is all on tape, when I was taken into why was I in solitary confinement? We burned the jail down, Tentown internment camp. We burned it down, and I'm one of the men that they have for burning it down. The end of my internment, they gave me 3 years. They gave me 2 years. They had no charge against me for the years I was in there. The charges that got me in there first day was, it came down from the top. I, Gerald Boland, Minister for Justice, being of the opinion that the detention of John Hunt of Main Street, Athy, County Limerick is necessary in the best interest of the public safety. I do on this day herewith issue the warrant for the arrest and the detention of the said John Hunt. That's the order.
Yeah.
You see, now, why?
Gerald Boland, I was one of Dev's crowd, like,
right,
you know.
yeah.
And Dev was the one that initiated this internment to Tentown on the Curragh camp.
That's right, William. That's right. Now, after the burning of the camp, they lined us all down the field. We had some great men, John Sheehy and all of them, 30 landers round the Lama. There was 10 All-Ireland medal holders.
In the Curragh camp.
Yeah, I know John Sheehy. Right.
I always wear a pea cap, the same as I have here with me there. This officer came up with cut my head, the peak of my cap like that, and pulled the revolver out, fired like that. And he said, the next time, through your effing head, I won't emphasize it, but that is what he said to me. Through your effing head the next time.
He put it through the head?
No, he didn't. He fired it in the air. I had my cap. He said,
yeah.
through your record head the next time.
Right.
Okay. Now, they took me that night. 2 weeks after that, they took me. They pulled me out, and they took me up to the glass house. There was 500. There was 500 men in there, 450 men, and they picked 50 of us out. They made a statement. We have the men now responsible for the organisation, and we're going to break these men physically and mentally. That is what they said. That is, quote, we'll break them. They did break me mentally, because because you see the way I'm raving away here now. But anyway, well, the first night they took me to the glass house. That was when the military detention in the Curragh. 3 officers came in, one from Kerry. His name was Carroll. I'll never forget him. Carroll, I think I mean. And solitary confinement. This was the first night. No bed, no nothing in the cell. 7 feet by 14 feet. I'll never forget it. 7 feet by 14 feet. The width a bit bigger than the door. They searched me. They said to me, they came in, 3 officers came in. The prison commander, Guiney was his name. A brother to the guys that owns Cleary's in Dublin.
All right. Michael, yeah, right.
He said to me, he said, what's your name? I said, Hunt. And this officer said, you'll say Hunt, sir. I'll say, no, Cecil Hawkins. No, sir, to you. So then the next thing he said to me was, Guiney said to me was, is your father Edsy Hunt that has the pub in Althea? I said, yeah, that's right. He said, I stayed there many a night. When he was on the run, when he was in the IRA himself, you see, before he joined the Free State Army.
Right.
Do you understand me?
Yes.
Yeah.
He said, search him. They searched me and they found a rosary bead. I had a rosary bead. And this Carroll turned around and he said, give him that back, he'll need it before morning. How would you like to hear that?
No, that's what
You'll need it before morning. Oh, I took the rosary, we got the rosary bead back, I prayed. Morning came, I wasn't taken out, didn't take anybody out. Let me line up what the solitary confinement is like. The solitary confinement is like that you have a bed, that you have a mattress. You put your mattress outside the door every morning. They wake you up at 6 o'clock. Put your mattress outside the door, and it'll stay there until 7 o'clock in the evening. They'll put your mattress back in again. There's no toilet or anything. You have your own pot, whatever. I have to express myself honestly.
Yes. That's fine.
So you have your own pot. You use your waste at the night, whatever. You empty, they call it the slops. You empty your slops in the morning. They open the door. So you're in solitary confinement now. And this is the way they work. That door is there, one cell. There's another door there, another cell. Another door there, another cell. So the way they work it is this, so that the prisoners won't talk or can't meet. They open that door. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
They let him to the washroom. When he's coming back, they'll have this door open, and that guy'll be meeting like that going out, and the other guy'll be coming out. So this is the way you go all the time until they have the 50 men. Do you understand me? No talk, you see, because we're on solitary confinement. You read the book about it.
What's the book you're talking about?
Go ahead, John. It's your story. Yeah.
I have to laugh. See, as bad as all the things where you have to laugh, because each one of us here, we all our lives is a story. Your life is a story. Your life is a story. Your life is we all have our own story. Yeah. This is my story, and I'm laughing at my story.
That's because you know it.
Yeah. You see, I'm laughing at my story. But Finnell was in with me. Finnell.
I just read this book that John gave me, and Pierce Finnell was a true Irishman in every sense of the word, and he was a good friend of John's. So when they were both interned together at the University of the Curragh, John being the mind reader he was, and he is, he saw that Fennel was up to something. So he followed Fennel one day, and you carry on from there, because I read the book. You tell Ty what you said.
But anyway, we'll finish with this solitary confinement first. But anyway, Fennel that. But anyway, in the cellar, at that side of me, the prisoner who'd have gone out before me to empty his slops. Do you understand me? And what he had after, you'd bring your own bread, your breakfast up, they'd run you down, and two warders would be one at each side of you with the battens like that in the ribs. Do you understand me? Well, you'll get your food gone up. God help you if you drop the plate or anything, because if you stoop down, you got the boot. Do you understand me?
Right.
So, the man that was in that cellar, 2 doors from me, was a son of Cahill Bruce, who was executed in one of the 1960s.
16 men, yeah.
Yeah, Cahill Bruce, Rory, and miserable little character he was. But anyway, as small and all as he was, and as fast and all as I thought I was, one day he looked into the garbage can and he saw a pork sausage or something, and he made a dive for the sausage and he beat me for it. And I never forget that.
The pork sausage was probably would have been manna from heaven.
Oh yeah, he saw it. The son. But anyway, I met him in Dublin. We were good friends. We were really good friends. But but anyway, after the solitary confinement, I was sentenced. They put me into solitary confinement on St. Stephen's night. They were all drunk when they took me out of the internment camp and took me to the glasshouse, to the military prison. And they were all drunk. Believe me. And Fennel was taken with him. And you saw what it said in the book, where Fennel, they didn't handcuff Fennel. They wanted Fennel to escape, that they'd shoot him. Do you understand me?
Right.
They wanted Fennel to escape, but he didn't do it. But anyway, I was sentenced on the 3rd of March. I was in solitary confinement from the 26th of December, St. Stephen's night, until the 3rd of March, and I got 3 years penal servitude on the 3rd of March. 3 years I got, I always laugh at it, 3 years for arson and 1 for conspiracy. I laugh at the arson part of it. 2 years for arson. That's burning, you know. But anyway, it's the burning of the jail. But anyway, I used to get letters from cousins of mine at home and things, and I'd laugh at them. I remember getting one letter that said that the blacksmith there, that he died, that the day he laid Big Jack Shine. So when I was sentenced into the 3 years, I was taken from there to Mountjoy. You asked me what that was my next shot.
Right.
No, I was 3 months in Cork, you see, and when they had the internment camp ready, they put us into the internment camp. When we burned the camp down, when we burned that down,
Up to the glass house.
I went to the glass house. From the glass house, taken before the special criminal court. I was taken before the special criminal court. There were 6 of us in the block together, 3 of us behind 3 men. There was the 6 of us that day. There was Joe Crow, he was the OC he was a Limerick man, Limerick City man, he was the OC, or officer in Kwan, he was Joe Crow, prisoner. There was Andy Redmond from Mayo, there was Tommy Gillespie from Sligo, there was Charlie Butt from Cork, and sitting behind me was Jimmy the Horty from Belfast. So the 6 of us were there. So when this fella came up, this soldier came up to give evidence against me, he said, Hunt said, let's kill the bastards. I never remember saying that. I don't remember saying that. I remember being in the fight, but I don't remember saying that. No. You see, if I said that, but I did not. I said that, I did not. And there was a stenographer there like you.
Yeah.
And when he said, let's kill the bastards, she said, like that. I said, do that again, miss. The presiding officer said, one more word out of you and you're back to solitary confinement again. And I said, let's do that again, miss. Oh, Jesus. What you see, then Mountjoy, a couple of months in Mountjoy, Mixie Conway that was charged with Mixie Conway, he was charged with the murder of the boy Egan. He died, Mixie Conway was in Mountjoy with me and he was in Arbor Hill with me. He was in Arbor Hill with me for a long time, Mixie was. He got special dispensation from the Pope and he died in Maynooth College.
Yeah.
These were the men I was with. Mixie. But anyway, they were a prime bunch, you know, but outside in Mountjoy, outside the prison, outside the cell, your cell in Mountjoy, the card, there was a card of, I'd say a 4x4 card, small card.
Yeah.
What the prisoner was in for. Mixie was a very religious man. He was sentenced to death for the murder of the boy Aiken. And Frank Aiken was Minister for Internal Affairs, and he was given a speech one time, and he said, we have the man now responsible for the murder of the boy Aiken, and whether he's guilty or not, he said, he'll go to full hog.
Whether he's guilty.
Mixie was commuted to life sentence immediately.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Minister for Johnson making a statement, don't do that. But anyway, going to the card, so one of the boys wrote on the card, rape. Mixie was a very religious man, you know, very religious. One of the prime boys wrote on rape, you know, one of the prisoners.
Yeah.
So Mixie saw that, you know what I mean? It was an awful thing to do. But anyway, the one thing about Mixie that I love Mixie, I thought he was a great man, very religious, he died in Maynooth. But he was learning to play the bloody fiddle. And there's nothing worse than to be listening to a fella playing a fiddle.
I'm trying to let him do.
Oh Lord.
It is worse.
Oh Lord. But I'll tell you.
Scraping the fiddle.
Oh yeah, it was a terror.
Did it become any good?
Huh?
Was he any good at the end?
Oh, not at all. Mixie had no rot in his head. But he died a Christian brother.
Fair play.
Yeah. But we had there was some great men. Then of course my friend was executed, George Plant. Down at Canada, they had a documentary on
All right.
George Plant.
John Plant.
And when I was back in Ireland, I went to see that at Canada back, and he sent me the document.
Back on Boher.
Yeah, on Boher. I was in the Boher.
I was too.
He
I
sent,
escaped.
he sent me the
Documentary.
The two CDs, John has them.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. That was good.
He did.
But going back, John, there, like, you know, to your planned escape and when you were with Piers Fennell and you were walking, go ahead, you tell the story about when you were mind reading, when you were reading this mind.
No, this was in Arbor Hill.
Arbor Hill, yes.
You see, when so many, I call them hotels. I was so many different hotels. But
The Arbor Hill, there would have been a lower security one, would it?
Arbor Hill, tight security.
What was the title?
Holy Jesus.
Tighter than the cutter.
Oh,
Oh,
tight.
okay.
Tight.
I thought it was the other way around.
Not at all.
No.
The only place I was very secure.
5-star hotels.
But I'll tell you something. But Fennell, you see, every prisoner get in, and the likes of us, our first thought is, we are Republican, but we have a first thought. Our first thought is this: escape, get out of here. You understand?
Right.
That's our first. So we're planning and contriving, you see. We're always planning and thinking of how we're going to do And Finnell was as tough a man as ever met. He was from Carrickahole, County Clare. Very well educated man. This day I saw Finnell, and I have an acute mind. I saw Finnell and I said to myself, Jesus, Mary, Finnell is up to something. And I was thinking, geez, I wonder what would he be up to. So I couldn't figure it out, so I was walking around the ring. I was thinking, so geez, got the best of me. My thoughts got the best of me. And I said, Pierce, come here. You're up to something today, Pierce. Geez, I'd love to know it. He said, what do you mean, John? I said, Pierce, I know by the way you're acting, you're up to something. So what about it? Well, I said, Pierce, I'm going to find out what it is. He laughed. He said, big joke, John, big idea. And I said, Pierce, I'll tell you something. He said to me, how are you going to do that? I said, every bloody step you take today, I'll be one step behind you. I said, because you're onto something.
And Finnell has this statement in the book.
In the book?
But now carry on now about the escape and about the bathtubs.
It's in the book. I didn't put it not in the book. The book is written by other people.
Right.
About the bathtubs, the washtubs.
So I kept behind Pierce. So they went in. A prisoner went in. He did his own laundry. Pierce went in. Pierce had his bucket. He went in. I'm outside, and I had to wait my turn. And I'm in. I got in, and they'll never ask you to leave. You can stay as long as you want. It would keep us there. But I had one towel. That was all I had. I had one towel. And Pierce was in, happened to be in the tub. There was 4 tubs on that wall right there. 4 tubs, wash tubs, 4 prisoners. Right there where that camera is there was a big cauldron of water, and there's a warder standing in front of it. See that there's hot water. There is 5 tubs on this side here,
right.
looking out into the yard, a window. So, it was an escape. Do you understand me? It was an escape. They had planned an escape. Well, when anybody does anything like that, the less people you have in the escape, the better.
Yeah.
Do you understand me?
Yeah.
So Pierce was in the escape with Mixie Conway. Mixie was in the escape with him. Joe Crow. A brother Morris O'Neill's was not in the escape. He was the same as me, but he didn't know nothing about it. He wasn't into it. I knew there was going to be an escape. I knew, I felt that. I had that feeling. There was 3 guys. There was Finnell, Callaghan, and Conway and Crow. 4 guys in the escape. 4 guys that had to get into escape. Now, this washroom where this thing was on now, I'm going to set this up now. There's the 5 tub there now. You see, there's only 4 men now, so there's 9 tubs. So there's 9 men in here, but there's only 4 guys going out. 4 guys know about this. Up in that wall over there, outside it, is a pillbox. There's a rifleman up